Here's how to do that. First thing to do, let's go back to our Think Like Jeff. So our Think Like Jeff. So think about, you are now the CEO of Amazon and you have got lots of problems on your site, not least of which is problems that could be very, very expensive for you to fix and could be very, very detrimental to your business at large. Things like fraud on your website, people coming in and blatantly ripping off your customers. Well, that ain't good. That's not good for your business at all, because ultimately they will blame Amazon, not the seller. That's what will happen. Amazon gets the blame for that. That's not good. So you've got to mitigate the potential for people to fraudulently rip people off on Amazon. What else can go wrong on Amazon? Well, you can get people with knockoff products. Well, that's a terrible situation to find yourself in as well. If you're trying to attract Rolex, for instance, to come and sell on your platform, and you've got heaps of people selling rip-off Rolex watches, do you think the Rolex are going to be interested in selling on your platform? No, they ain't. They don't want to borrow that. So that's another problem for you. You've got to fix that sort of shit too. What else can go wrong on Amazon? Well, what about people who buy a product and then that product somehow ends up killing them? That ain't good. That's not good for business. So you've got things like people who ingest a product, ingestibles, and that product is somehow poisonous for them and ends up killing them. That ain't good. That's not good for business. Topical products where they rub shit on their skin and that product ends up burning their skin, or even worse, their entire body part drops off. Something like that. That ain't good for business. So you don't want that sort of thing happening either. And also within that as well, the very worst case scenario is that somebody dies and then you get sued. Nobody likes getting sued. America very litigious. Who are they going to sue? Well, they're going to come after Amazon, even though it was sold by a seller. Believe me, they go after Amazon too, because who's got deep pockets? Amazon's got deep pockets. So you've got to try and mitigate your risk against that too. What else can go wrong on Amazon? And you'll see where I'm going with this in a second. Well, you've got to try and limit your insurance claim. Talking about insurance, you've got to try and limit those claims. So last thing you want to do is sell a mother a product for her baby, and her baby accidentally does something with that product and ends up going to hospital, or worse, dying in some way, shape or form. I suppose there's only one way to die. But you know what I mean? That's a problem. So things like that are going to cause issues. You've also got to limit there's no other way to say this. You've also got to limit the idiots from selling on Amazon, the people who are just plain flat out stupid, don't know what they're doing. You don't want them on Amazon. You don't want them messing it up, not only for Amazon, but for everybody else too. So what can we learn from this? Well, if you think like Jeff, it will become very, very apparent very, very quickly what categories Jeff is going to do his best to make sure to keep the idiots out of. To what categories Jeff is going to do his best to limit his liability on. To what categories Jeff is going to do his best to prevent knockoffs, to prevent fraud from coming on. So again, the more we think like Jeff, the more we can think like Amazon, the better that we can actually get a greater, more comprehensive understanding of Amazon. I'll give you a link. And what I'll do, instead of giving the link here, is I'll just post this link in here. Because then you guys can go and check it all out, alright? So it's just there. And that link just looks like this. So it actually tells you on this link, approval categories. Here we go. So it gives you all that information right there. And now you'll understand why it is. So if you're thinking about selling a product, if you start to think like Jeff and like Amazon, and you've got a big business to protect, it becomes very, very apparent very, very quickly if that the ease of which you will be able to sell in that category. It becomes very apparent very, very quickly when you consider the whole scope of what Jeff and Amazon is dealing with, it will really help you understand why they're doing the things that they do, okay? I think that's a super cool thing to do. I think it really gives you a greater insight into selling on Amazon. And I think that it also gives you a greater awareness of what they're trying to achieve and how you can manipulate their rules so that you can get your needs met too. I think that's a super cool thing to do. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.